Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYS. Let's get to the news in what could turn out to be one of the most seismic moves of the offseason. There's a growing buzz around a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the NFC landscape. The Dallas Cowboys, already building a formidable offense that's been a key part of their recent playoff runs, might just be on the brink of making a splash that could elevate them even further. And the star of this potential shift, Justin Jefferson, the elite wide receiver from the Minnesota Vikings. Now I know what you're thinking. Jefferson has been a cornerstone for the Vikings, a true game changer with his incredible ability to make contested catches, rack up yards after the catch, and turn seemingly nothing into explosive plays. But recent rumors, fueled by trusted sources like Adam Schefter, suggest that the Vikings might be willing to part ways with their superstar receiver in a trade that could include a first-round pick in 2027 and a fourth-rounder in 2026. The context for this potential blockbuster is as complex as it is compelling. The Vikings are up against a tight salary cap situation, with a negative cap space of around $25 million, and their team is in a bit of a rebuild mode after ending the 2025 season with a 7-10 record. Their defense has been leaking points, giving up an average of 26 points per game, a number that's not acceptable for a team with playoff ambitions. Injuries along the defensive line have only worsened the situation, and their overall defensive efficiency ranks around the middle of the league, which is a problem when you're trying to contend in a division stacked with teams like the Lions and Packers. Minnesota's focus right now appears to be on building from the inside out, prioritizing their young defensive line through the draft and making strategic cuts to free up cap space, like the recent release of Steele, which saves them around $11 million. Now, why would the Vikings consider trading Jefferson? Well, first, the team is in a bit of a cap squeeze, and extending players like Addison, who's scheduled for an $18 million hit, complicates their financial future. Plus, they might be looking at the bigger picture, rebuilding around their draft picks and cap flexibility, especially if they feel that Jefferson's $38 million price tag, despite his elite production, might not be sustainable long-term given their financial constraints. Jefferson's recent season has been nothing short of spectacular. 118 receptions, 582 yards and 16 touchdowns, an absolute nightmare for defenses. He's been a top-tier receiver, with a PFF grade of 94, and ranks among the very best in contested catches, yards after catch, and big plays. His explosiveness, combined with his rare ability to break man coverage, has made him a nightmare matchup for any defense, especially with his speed and refined route running. Jefferson's ability to stretch the field and create mismatches is precisely what Dallas's offense needs to push their aerial attack to new heights. This potential trade would be a game-changer for the Cowboys, who have been searching for that elite wide receiver to complement C.D. Lamb. Lamb has been fantastic, with a 92, 6 PFF grade and over 400 yards in 2025, but adding Jefferson would elevate their aerial game, making Dallas's offense even more explosive. Imagine a receiving core that features Jefferson and Lamb, both capable of winning contested catches, creating yards after the catch, and stretching defenses vertically. This duo could redefine what the Cowboys' passing attack looks like, especially when paired with Dak Prescott's ability to deliver deep balls and make plays under pressure. With Jefferson's addition, the Cowboys could project to average over 330 passing yards per game, a significant jump from their current numbers, and increase their expected points added per target by around 31%. That's the kind of upgrade that could push Dallas into the top tier of NFL offenses, especially in a league where passing efficiency and explosive plays are king. But let's not forget the defensive side of things. The Cowboys have been solid, ranking 8th in points allowed per game at just 21. Their defense has been a stronghold, but adding a weapon like Jefferson on offense could take some pressure off their defense, allowing them to focus on creating turnovers and forcing mistakes from opponents. The division rivals, like the Eagles, who allow around 7 yards per pass, would have even more trouble containing Dallas's aerial attack with Jefferson stretching the field. And if Dallas can keep their defense consistent while adding this new weapon, they'll be in a prime position to make a deep playoff run, maybe even push for that second Super Bowl in 4 years. Now, the impact of Jefferson on the betting odds and Super Bowl prospects is also worth noting. FanDuel has already seen a bump in Cowboys' odds to win it all, with their Super Bowl title odds improving from plus 800 to plus 280 after these rumors surfaced. That's a huge shift, and it highlights just how much faith the betting markets are putting in the idea that adding Jefferson could be the final piece for a Super Bowl caliber team. The NFL's analytics models suggest that with Jefferson, the Cowboys' chance of winning the title could increase by around 28%, making them even more dangerous in the postseason. His ability to create contested catches, especially in tight windows, would make Dallas's red zone offense more lethal, increasing their touchdown percentage inside the 20-yard line by around 22%. All of this points to a team that, with Jefferson, could be poised to take that next big step and finally bring another Lombardi trophy to Arlington. Of course, such a trade isn't just about adding a player, it's about the strategy and vision for the team. For the Vikings, trading Jefferson might be a way to shake things up, clear cap space, and focus on their rebuild, especially with their defensive struggles and cap limitations. For Dallas, acquiring Jefferson would be a statement move, signaling that they're serious about contending now and in the future. It would demonstrate a commitment to maximizing their offensive potential, giving Dak Prescott a true game-breaking weapon that opponents will have to double-team, freeing up space for Lamb and the rest of the offense. This kind of move could also set a precedent in the NFC East, forcing rivals to respond and raising the stakes for next season. What's more, Jefferson's track record shows he's a clutch performer, with multiple big-time catches and a knack for rising to the occasion, especially against top-tier defenses like the elite cornerbacks he's faced, including Jalen Ramsey. His ability to produce under pressure, avoid turnovers, and rack up yards after the catch makes him an ideal fit for Dallas's offense. Pairing him with C.D. Lamb, who's already proven to be a top receiver, creates a nightmare scenario for defenses, a duo with the speed, size, and route-running ability to dominate any secondary. And with Prescott's deep ball accuracy improving and his ability to throw on the run, the Cowboys could unlock a new level of offensive efficiency, transforming their in-game strategy into a relentless aerial assault. Looking ahead, if this trade happens, the Cowboys' offensive rankings could jump into the top 2 in the league, with projections estimating around 32 points per game, an increase of over 30% in expected points per game. Red zone efficiency could see a boost of over 22%, with more contested catches leading to higher scoring percentages. Additionally, third down conversions might improve by 20%, making Dallas's offense more sustained and less predictable. All these factors together point towards a team that's ready to challenge the NFC Giants and make a real run at the Super Bowl. The defensive rankings, meanwhile, would remain steady, but the added offensive firepower would be the ultimate equalizer, allowing Dallas to control the tempo and put more pressure on opponents to keep up. As for the division and the NFC overall, this move could shake things up significantly. The Eagles, who allow just over 7 yards per pass, would need to double their efforts to contain Jefferson and Lamb. The Giants and Commanders, both struggling with their secondary consistency, could find themselves overwhelmed. This kind of offensive explosion would stretch defenses thin and create mismatches throughout the field. It's the kind of upgrade that could define an era, making Dallas not just a playoff team, but a serious Super Bowl contender. And all of this hinges on whether the Vikings are willing to part ways with Jefferson, and whether the Cowboys can pull off such a trade without giving up too much in return. In terms of historical context, Jefferson's impact on the Vikings has been nothing short of extraordinary. Since entering the league, he's amassed over 900 yards and 64 touchdowns, with a career yards per game average of nearly 98 yards. His ability to make contested catches, where he wins around 70% of those battles, combined with his elite YAC, yards after catch, and route running, makes him a rare talent. His performance against top cornerbacks, like his matchup against Ramsey, where he racked up 142 yards on just 8 receptions, proves his ability to produce against the best. His play style, reminiscent of the great Randy Moss in terms of vertical threat and deep speed, makes him a perfect fit for the fast-paced, explosive Dallas offense. On the flip side, the Vikings are likely to be cautious about this move, weighing the long-term financial implications against their immediate needs. While they could use draft capital and cap relief, losing a player of Jefferson's caliber is never easy. But if the trade goes through, it could signal a new chapter for both teams, one where Dallas takes a giant leap forward and Minnesota begins a rebuild with an eye toward the future. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Would you love to see Jefferson don the star on his helmet? Do you think this move would make Dallas unstoppable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.